BHP Billiton, the world's largest diversified natural resources group with a combined market cap here of just over 1 trillion rand.
Yeah, and when we say combined, that's because you've got to take the Australian, US and the South African London listing and kind of add up those two portions. But remember, it's all about iron ore in Western Australia, copper in South America, and then oil all over the place, but mostly in the Gulf of Mexico.
Trades on a price to earnings ratio of 49 and a dividend yield here of 7.1%. Talk to me about those numbers.
Yeah, look, I think Paul summed it up nicely.
Big sigh.
I don't think you should look at the PE numbers with these companies at the moment. You should actually look at a price to book with these guys long-term wise and believe that commodity prices will recover over time. It all depends on what your view on China at the moment on the short-term side. So that's been very negative for these guys over the last year or two. But yes, it's the cheapest it's been on a price to book in quite some time. It's one of those shares that actually didn't recover as much as some of the other ones because they had that Samarco uncertainty over the penalties there and what it's going to cost to get that iron ore back up and running, etc.
Mine dam which burst rather in Brazil.
Yeah, so that's a bit of a thing that's been overhanging over Billiton, and I think that might be a little bit of a buying opportunity against some of its peers. Would you be
accumulating BHP at current levels?
Yeah, we've actually purchased a little bit yesterday when the share price fell and all the shares fell out of bed again. There's a bit of negativity on the production numbers that came out. So I think they're not too badly priced. This is the big boy, the balance sheet's strong. Although lots of iron ore exposure, which is a bit of a concern, but these guys make money much lower on the cost curve than where we are trading at the moment on iron ore. So I think they're okay.
There's the share price graph.
Yeah, there it is. So, it was at 325 back in 2007. Then it had a bit of a bad patch after the global crisis. Then it gets all the way back up in 2014, back to the all-time highs. Oil prices are high, iron ore prices are high. But then bad 2015, bit of a slump. A lot of restructuring that's been done, which basically means, curbing operations which are not making money. But you've got to hand it to them. As Gerbrand says, best of breed in terms of production costs.
This is the big boy of the commodity giants, and it's diversified.
It's not the other stuff.
It's not exposed to a single commodity, which obviously follows suit for all of these shares.
Well, it's more focused than it used to be because it spun out South 32, which we'll talk about in a minute. But it has really got it focused down on the areas that it believed it had core competence, although it has written off lots of value too, even in the oil environment, lots of shale gas.
So we're talking about the focus: oil, steel.
Yeah, oil, base metals and copper.
So oil, base metals and copper. There's still diversification there, Paul.
And for the record, I'm very positive about China. I think it's astonishing how much of the physical commodities are still consumed by China, even though it's making this transition to a more consumer-driven economy.
Are we going to call it? You obviously have to call it hot because you were buying some yesterday.
Yeah, I'm going to go hot. I don't think it's as cheap as all the commodities were in January, February, but I still think these things got legs. And we need some more certainty from some of the emerging markets, but we're looking at some inflows from a global perspective at the moment, so I still go hot, yeah.
Paul Theron?
I'm going to go not hot. To me, I think we still have to go through a period of trying to reach some sort of sense of stability, and there's still a lot of supply-driven commodities production where probably one or two bigger players need still to fall out of the market.
Well, that's your story. It has been your story for some time, and you are sticking to it, potentially at your peril.